Hey guys, this is Adam, and if the coronavirus has taught me nothing else, is that many of us are not where we need to be financially. So we're going to skip the intro and get right into the numbers. Today we're going to talk about two financial concepts, and they are the 50-30-20 rule. I'm going to talk more in depth about that, and then the rule of 70-20-10 that I got from reading The Richest Man in Babylon. But first thing first, we're going to talk about your income and your expenses, what's left over, and planning ahead. So go with me to the computer screen and we're going to talk it over as we work on the Excel spreadsheet. Here we go. All right, guys. So what I have here is a basic, very generic, nothing special Excel spreadsheet broken down, and all of the calculations are already automatically formulated. So every family can use this. You can use this whether you're one person or you have a family of 10. It does not matter. I'm going to make this shareable and downloadable in the links below in the comments. So here's how this works, guys, really quickly. You just put the numbers in and the math does it for you. So let's say, for example, these are round numbers. These are not my numbers. I'm going to use this just for example purposes. Let's say that my wife makes $3,000 a month. Fantastic. Let's say I make $2,000 a month. Fantastic. Great. Let's say that I have one rental property that I bought years ago that makes me $250 a month. All right. And you can see as I push buttons, all this auto calculates, and so do these rules over here, which I'll talk about in a minute. So, and this again, for this miscellaneous, let's say, I don't know, I get child support of, doesn't matter, $500 a month. You can put whatever you want to in these fields, and it's going to auto calculate for you. So I do this because many of us, it doesn't make a lot of sense until we see it on paper in front of us. We can talk about having X amount of income and X amount of expenses, but we always forget something. Here, we're going to put it on paper and we're going to see what we really have and what really comes in, what really goes out every single month. So let's say that my mortgage or rent is $1,200 a month. All right. We're going to say I live in an HOA that is $35 a month, so on and so forth. You get it. Again, I'm just using some round numbers to help me kind of get ballpark figures to show you how this breaks down, how this works. All right. Obviously, your numbers are going to be a little bit different, maybe a lot different. So anyway, college loan. A lot of people have loans. Doesn't matter. Car loan, 400. Car loan, 500. Again, you can put whatever you want in here. You can put I pay child support of X amount a month. You can do whatever you want to. So anyway, you can see right here by using these round numbers, give or take, your numbers are obviously going to be a little bit different. So by using these numbers, my family brings in about $5,250. And let me just really impress upon the importance of use the after-tax numbers. We're not using pre-tax, because if I make $5,000 but I only bring $3,400 home, that's what I really make. So when you do your cash flow spreadsheet and you fill your numbers in, only use the after-tax amount, because that's literally what you have in your pockets and what you have to pay off certain things, this and that. So back to the spreadsheet. So you can see right now by using these numbers, we bring in about $5,250 each month. Our expenses are about $3,685, which gives us a surplus or leftover amount of $1,565. Not bad. You can do a lot with $1,565 planning ahead. Okay. So please, I urge all of you guys to use this. Put the true numbers in down to the penny. That way you know where you're going to be. You know what's happening. You know if you're going to be short, and you can plan ahead. So as we talked in a previous video about having your 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved away, that doesn't happen over 5 months. You may only be able to take $500 a month for the next 2 or 3 years. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. But to be able to put yourself in position to have that rainy day fund. So as you can see up the top, I have two concepts, a 50-30-20 concept and a Babylon rule concept that I got from a book, Reading the Richest Man in Babylon. I'm going to talk about it, and these are just rules of thumb. They're not in concrete. You're not a failure if you don't make these parameters. Most of us do not, including myself. I'm shooting for this. I'm trying to get the 50-30-20 rule, but I don't count myself a failure because of these numbers. So here's how this breaks down. By using the numbers I used over here, You can see this 5,250. These numbers auto-calculate to my formulas down here. So if I want to stay true to this 50-30-20 rule, my goal is to keep my expenses, which is my mortgage, everything you see in this column, my mortgage, my utilities, my childcare, my everything. I want to keep that preferably at 50% of my income or less. I know that's very challenging. That's my goal, okay? And then I have 30% of that income to use for, as I wish, for my family, for travel, to purchase something, and whatever I feel like doing, it's my money to do as we see fit. And then the 20% is for savings, for saving for that rainy day, for putting money aside because the coronavirus happened. Like I said before, this virus has shown a lot of us that we're not where we need to be financially. All right. So the 50-30-20 rule, real quick, is I want my expenses, my necessities, to be less than 50% of my income. I then have 30% of my income to do what I want to with, to do as I see fit, to travel, to purchase, to go to a game, whatever my family wants to do. And then the 20% always goes to savings. You can put it in savings, you can put it in stocks. You know, you all have your own plans, and that's fine. This is simply a guide, a rule of thumb. All right. So the last thing we'll talk about, the second concept, is I call it the Babylon rule. I got this from reading The Richest Man of Babylon. That book to me was written kind of in old English verbiage. So for me, it helped to listen to it via the Audible app. Very great storytelling and a great concept on how to deal with your money. So let's go back to the screen. So you can see it says 70-20-10. What this means is that similar guidelines. The Richest Man in Babylon says you take 70% of your income, and that should account for all of your necessities. Again, that mortgage, that car payment, childcare, utilities, you name it. That 70% or less should be about what you're shooting for to keep your necessities, expenses below that 70% level. All right. Then you have 20% of your income set aside immediately for debt. Many of us have debt, whether it be college loans, credit card debt, car loans, whatever it is. Many of us have debt. So if you allocate 20% every month, you're going to put a couple of hundred, maybe even $1,000 a month towards those loans, as opposed to paying the bare minimum that are going to keep those loans open for the next 9, 10, 12 years, and you're just destroying yourself with interest payments. So you have this 20% set aside of your income, and that immediately that's out the door. That's gone. You don't see it no more. That goes towards those payments, those bill payments. And then you have a 10%. The 10% left over is for you. Once again, it can be for travel, for gifts, or whatever you want. That is for you to invest, to go to whatever. That's your money to do as you wish to do. So I just want to recap what we've talked about so far. Make this a short video. What you have here is a free downloadable cash flow Excel spreadsheet. Very basic, very generic. I've just set up the auto calculations for you to plug and play. All right. I want you to put in your own expenses, put in your own income, and don't lie, because don't leave anything out. You're only hurting yourself by not knowing where your money is going. And by using that, those numbers are going to auto calculate to those two concepts, those two rule of thumbs that I've given you, which is the 50-30-20 rule and the Babylon rule, which is 70-20-10 rule. So that I hope this helps. It helped me tremendously. I thank God that I was able to get this information years ago to be able to start implementing those two concepts, mainly the 50-30-20 rule, and to be able to kind of shield our family in times like these, at least for a few months. So as always, my name is Adam Johnson. I'm the president of Johnson Property Investments. If I can help any of you guys, do better financially, keep your business open, start your business up, shoot me a message, send me a text. Please like and subscribe and share it to a buddy. Why not? It's free. Until we meet, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you guys out there later.